Welcome to Becoming Butterflies, a 4-H Metamorphosis project. My name is Grace Carter, and I'm a 4-H agent here in Florida. Today, we're going to be learning about butterfly life cycles. So let's get started. All living creatures grow and change as they get older. For example, humans grow taller and lose their baby teeth. But some animals go through more extreme changes than others, and it's called metamorphosis. Metamorphosis is a profound change in form from one stage to the next stage in the life cycle of an organism. While humans change as we get older, we don't go through metamorphosis, but there are some animals that do, and they can go through complete metamorphosis or incomplete metamorphosis. Insects that go through complete metamorphosis have 4 life stages: egg, larva, pupa, and adult. While insects that go through incomplete metamorphosis only have 3 stages: egg, nymph, and adult. Examples of insects that go through incomplete metamorphosis are grasshoppers, praying mantis, cockroaches, and dragonflies. While insects that go through complete metamorphosis include butterflies, wasps, bees, and ants. Today we're going to talk about complete metamorphosis because we're focusing on learning about butterflies. So let's get started. The first stage of the butterfly life cycle is the egg. Now, this isn't to scale. The egg is actually very, very small, about the size of a sharpened pencil tip. The egg hatches a few days after it's laid, and the butterfly may lay 1 egg or multiple eggs depending on the breed. When the caterpillar emerges, it's very small, just about the size of that tiny little egg. But the caterpillar larva, which is the second stage of the life cycle, will grow very quickly because all they do is eat. As these caterpillars grow, they will need to shed their exoskeleton or skin because it doesn't expand with them as they get bigger. So this process is called molting, and the caterpillar will molt several times during its life. If you look in your caterpillar container, you'll probably notice some of their old molts. And it's gonna look like a shriveled, crumpled up, dark piece of the caterpillar's skin. Another thing that you may notice in your container is a lot of caterpillar feces. That's because caterpillars are eating and pooping machines. Some breeds of caterpillars also spin a web. Painted ladies are one of these caterpillars. Now, in the wild, that web would help protect them on their host plant. In your container, that web will help them crawl up to the top of the container when they get ready to move into their next stage. Once your caterpillar has grown as large as it can, it is ready to move from the larva stage into the next stage, pupa. So what will happen is that caterpillar will climb to the top of its container and it will hang upside down in a J shape. Now at this point, the caterpillar, you'll probably notice, start wriggling and shaking, and what's happening is the caterpillar is forming its pupa, its chrysalis, underneath its exoskeleton. Now it's going to molt one more time, and its skin will split open, and there will be a chrysalis underneath. Many people use the word chrysalis and cocoon to talk about the same thing, but those are actually 2 very different things. A butterfly caterpillar only forms a chrysalis. A chrysalis is that pupa stage that it forms beneath its exoskeleton, whereas many types of moths will spin a cocoon, and that's like a silk web that they wrap around themselves before moving into their pupa stage. So remember, butterfly caterpillars only form chrysalises, not cocoons. At first, the chrysalis is very soft, but over a couple of days, that chrysalis will become hard and it may change colors a little bit. At this point, you're able to move your butterfly's chrysalis from its individual container into its future butterfly habitat. During this pupa stage, it may look like not much is happening with your chrysalis, but in fact, there is a lot going on inside. That caterpillar is completely changing its body shape and form. It's growing long legs and wings and an entirely new body segments. Different breeds of butterflies need different amounts of time in their chrysalis. Many butterflies need only a couple of weeks, whereas other breeds may need several months or even multiple years before they're ready to emerge from their chrysalis. A painted lady butterfly is usually ready in about 7 to 10 days to emerge. As it gets closer to time for your butterfly to emerge from its chrysalis, you might notice a couple of changes. First, that chrysalis is going to become more transparent, and you should see some of the butterfly's wing color through the chrysalis. Once the butterfly is actually ready to emerge, it will really only take about 30 seconds for it to come out of the chrysalis. What will happen is you'll start to see some cracks form in that outer shell, and then the butterfly will quickly pull itself out and hang either on the chrysalis or nearby to allow itself to dry. Now, when your butterfly first emerges, it really doesn't look very much like a butterfly. Its wings are very crumpled and wet, and it's going to take some time for that butterfly to dry out and be ready to fly away. This could take 30 minutes to a couple of hours. What happens during this time is that the butterfly pumps a liquid through its wings called meconium. And that helps its wings to pump, to spread out, to slowly expand, and it'll begin to look more like a butterfly at this point. Now, once the butterfly has finished pumping all of that meconium through its wings, it's going to excrete it. On different breeds of butterflies, the meconium will be a different color. It could be oranges, blues, greens. In the painted lady, it does look a bright red color, but don't worry, your butterfly is not bleeding. It's just getting ready to fly. After your butterfly is finished drying off, it is ready to take its first flight and start searching for food. Now, there are some breeds of butterflies that can live for multiple months, but most butterflies only live for a couple of weeks. During this time, your butterfly will search for a mate, lay eggs, and start the entire life cycle process over again. So thank you for joining us for another episode of Becoming Butterflies, a 4-H Metamorphosis project. We look forward to seeing you in future episodes.